check, 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 check. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to season 19,
Wow.
episode 201.
Season premiere?
Yeah, 201.
Yep, 201. You are
Season
correct.
season 19, season premiere.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Jumping right into it, y'all know y'all fiends. That's why y'all back, and y'all know what that means. We're serving you your dose weekly of discipline therapy, but not everything is completely free. As we're on Patreon for a plethora of exclusive content for you to see, but what is free is judgment free, sucker free, censor free, sensitive free, and plenty of liberty. God and the ancient ancestors are great. That means everything else is straight. So go grab your wine, popcorn, or my favorite roll of blunt, but make sure the children are in bed. Why? Because we have that soul food and sometimes vulgar conversation. Prepare your minds to be fed like one up, inhale life, and exhale strife. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, you are tuned in to the Discipline Debbie podcast.
We're
We're back.
back. All right. Season 19 premiere. Can you believe it? I always say that every freaking premiere. Can you believe it? Season 19 from season 1. And season 1 we started what? At the when COVID. 2019.
Yeah, 2020.
That's what I meant. Thank God he's there to help with the math. Me and my math. We don't math right. All right. Did you do all this stuff? The links and all that? No, right? New season. I don't know. He switches it up all the time.
um, yeah, you could go through it.
Oh, me go
We
through
we got time.
it. All right. There's links in the description how to become a Patreon member and subscribe for exclusive content, bloopers, behind the scenes, EL Discipline solo lecture of discipline therapy talk, his BDSM content, erotica posts, and writings by EL Discipline. His masterclass or workshops, the full videos are uploaded there. We have some collaboration shows pertaining to more sensitive topics such as sexual abuse, rape, domestic violence, transgender, children abduction, conspiracy theories, government conspiracy theories, Palestine, and more with myself and Mr. Eel Discipline. Once again, you go to patreon.com/, the Discipline Therapy Podcast. And he also has 7 published books. You could just go to barnesandnobles.com. Um, what other ones? Oh, it's right here. Look.
Electronic, Kindle.
Amazon.com. We have them for the electronic versions as well, Kindle and Nook. See, you thought I was going to forget? Yeah, it's been a minute. Um, Once again, all the links are in the description below the video. Also, for our online store for merch, you go to disciplinetherapy.launchcart.store/shop. You want to go check that out? We have different categories: men's, women's, children's, household, you name it, we got it. And last but not least, if you can't catch us on our YouTube channel, we are on all major listening platforms like Spotify, Apple, iTunes, Deezer, Castbox, Overcast, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and much, much more.
All right. Season 19 premiere, episode 201. So, biological attraction men have for feminine women and those traits that the energy is associated with, and biological attraction for masculine men and dominant traits it's associated with that women are attracted to no matter the era we are in. So it's a pretty long one, but just to break it down, um layman's terms, right? There are certain things that is intrinsic that attracts the opposite sex
Mm-hmm.
to the opposite sex. We're gonna get into it. Couple of bullets here, and then we're gonna give our opinions based off those bullets,
Mm-hmm.
and we go like that.
You got it. All right. First bullet. Do you believe men would prefer good sex with an experienced woman or one that's not as experienced, and vice versa, and why? I believe. Okay, so
So,
I think
sorry,
no.
sorry. The vice versa would be women now. So that's why, like, I always do both. We don't do a situation where
It's just one.
it's just one, or unless it's a topic like that, like it's the topic today is specifically women. Topic today is specifically men. and it's all that. But we're gonna get into both, just to let them know
Okay,
for the vice versa.
got you. I think typically, I think there's always outliers to things, but I think typically men would prefer a woman that is not as experienced personally. But I think, you know how sometimes younger guys have like they like older women. You know, they usually go for not you. Some younger guys, they don't mind and or they prefer older women.
Yeah, because I was about
And
to
I
say
think
some. Sorry, I was about to say some younger guys. That's not true. They can't even get with older women.
right.
Like for a younger guy to get with an older woman, he has to have some type of substance.
Right. Yes, I agree. But what I'm saying is that I've heard, like you've heard guys talking about, oh yeah, older women, this and that. I mean, I've heard that.
Mm.
I've actually even had like one of my friend's sons, which never said anything, but always gave like that weird vibe, and I don't like that. But I have asked, like, just in question, with talking with people, like, why and would they and whatever. And some guys, younger guys, have said for the experience, like, they want to experience an older woman.
Mm.
So I
They
think
want
it's
to
like maybe a fetish.
so
Would
they
that be
want
a
to
fetish?
experience, or they want an experienced woman.
Well, I guess that's up to interpretation because I understood that, all right, you want to experience an older woman. That means for that person that wants to experience an older woman, she has the experience that he wants to, I
Mm.
guess, indulge in.
Okay.
That's how I took it. I don't know. I could be wrong.
So
And well,
yeah, that could be a fetish.
right?
Like if some people don't understand what fetish is, you know, they could be body parts. They could be
Oh, like a foot fetish?
yeah, they
Uh-huh.
could
Uh-huh.
be a specific race, like a woman black only preference, man
Mm-hmm.
maybe Latina only, or white girls only, or black girls only.
Mm-hmm.
Big butts,
Asians, yeah.
paws, big dick,
How would you know?
big hands, six pack, shoulders,
Or just
um,
like brunette hair colored.
big
No,
boobs.
that's not. That's more of a preference, right? Not a fetish hair.
It could be.
Unless they like hairy people, maybe that's a
That's a
fetish.
fetish.
Like
Yeah,
a
it could be.
mm-hmm.
Like like I like a woman. I'm not saying this is me. Maybe it is me, but they'll have to find out.
It
It
could
could
be not.
be like hypothetical. A man could say, "I like women with long hair because I want to see how I want to pull it."
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a fetish. Like so now you have a fetish for long hair.
That makes
So
sense.
yeah, I think the older women thing could be a fetish.
Could be, I think.
Especially if that's their
Strictly,
history. Yeah, that's
yeah.
their history. Like this young guy never dated women in his age bracket or same age, only older women.
Yeah,
Then
then
yeah,
that's a fair. But if
yeah,
he has everything and he includes an older woman, that's
hmm
not. He just, yeah,
yeah,
I agree.
yeah. Like it could be also just to expound a little bit more like a sapiosexual. Like I
Mm-hmm.
have a fetish
Mm-hmm.
for stroking my mind, mental stimulation, smart guys, stuff like that.
Which is funny that you brought that up because at work I was talking with some people, and there was two coworkers that are males. So I asked them that question, and one of them says, "I don't like to date younger women," or like he made like an age number. He said, "I don't like to date anything below 28 because mentally I don't feel like they're up to par with him." And then the I think the oldest he goes, he was like, I don't know if she's 70 and she has a good body, I'll go for that. Then
Wow.
another one, a younger kid, he was like, I'm not going higher than 30 and no younger than 24. So it's interesting to hear like the difference in how, people think or whatever.
Mm.
Now the vice versa, I
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm not like where I am right now
about what
as far as older. Like I'm in my late 30s.
well, if you it's
I wouldn't do
talking
that.
more into it, because like he was telling the other guy, he's like, you wouldn't hit J Lo. He's like, you. This is just having sex, not to have a relationship with. So he's on
Mm,
a. I'll have sex with a 7-year-old that looks good, but I'm not
mm,
gonna have a relationship.
mm.
Just to clear that conversation up.
Yeah, me, if we fucking, you belong to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
More
it
men should
was
think like that, and
yeah,
and less how the other guy was
yeah.
thinking.
Let me see. So what did you say? You think that they don't, but then you gave the exception.
Yeah, the outliers.
Okay, so what about women?
I think. Well, going from myself, I would rather have I think I've always, even younger me, I would rather have had somebody with more experience. Um, and I think at that time, I think it was because if I don't know anything, how am I supposed to, please? Like I don't know anything about that. But I do know women that have, gone out and married with a guy that was a virgin, that was waiting for marriage. And I asked him, like, so, how did you feel about that? And she was like, you know what? I kind of liked it because I knew that he wasn't with anybody else. Not necessarily. I don't remember the conversation about, like, sexually. It was he pleasing, because just because he's a virgin doesn't mean that he doesn't study up on it. I don't know what they
Mm.
do, but she's happily married,
But
got 2 kids.
yeah, but she could be someone who is very experienced that didn't mind training.
That's true too.
That could be the exception.
Most of the
I
women I know like a man who's more
Yeah, I was gonna
experienced.
say that. I was
Yeah.
gonna say that. So
Although my daughter doesn't
with
necessarily like that.
these bullets, we're going more into like biological
Mm-hmm.
nature, intrinsic. Um, so when we talk about like statistics and the standard, yeah, and then you have the exception to the rule.
Mm-hmm.
You were saying your daughter.
My daughter, also, not to put her whole business out there, but she is a more novice in the dating area and all that stuff. And when she's talking to somebody and she finds out how he is, like, if he's always out at the clubs and stuff or whatever, she just automatically thinks, oh, well, he's for the streets, like he likes to date a lot of women, or he's too experienced for me.
Mm.
But that's her so far. I mean, I don't know. I don't know
I
if
I
she's changed
think
that.
I think that I think that like her, she's probably just looking at it at surface level.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because I do remember in the past you have said stuff like how she's kind of combative, but then she's like, "Oh, it turns me on if
Mm-hmm.
he's telling me what to do or
Yeah.
something." So, if a man is able to take control in that regard, he has to have experience. That's why I'm
Yeah.
saying she's looking at surface
Yeah. Yeah.
level.
Definitely. And
Um,
also, I don't think she's ready for anything like too much, so it scares her off.
mm.
I think.
So let me see. For men, they would prefer good sex with a woman who's not as experienced. Because most men, like traditional, masculine, dominant, it's all lumped together, could be
Mm-hmm.
synonymous. They are used to just taking charge. And that's what makes them feel comfortable, fulfilled.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that they would prefer to have good sex with a woman who's not experienced, and it's also an ego thing.
Mm-hmm. Unless the guy's lazy. Lazy guys wouldn't mind, I think, a
That's the
woman.
exception.
Yeah.
So, you know, we like this is men, divine, not males. So
Gotcha.
males like beta, simps, yes. They're gonna be like, oh, she's gonna suck my soul. And those could be catalysts to keeping them in the simping realm.
Mm.
She doesn't get held accountable. She gets away with metaphorically murder. She disrespects you. She does it because of that aspect. Like that component alone, sex is now power that
Mm.
she has over him. So the experience, like when you see the OnlyFans and the women online showing their bodies or whatever, in a man's mind, he's looking at that as experience, like nonverbal cues,
Mm. Mm-hmm.
looking at it as experience. And then you see the simps accept that. The betas accept that. They will gravitate towards that. But even a man like me who is heterosexual, not gay, I will be attracted to that visually, but it won't make me pursue her. It won't make me stay there. It won't make me date her. It won't make me take her under my wing and give her all these gifts of divinity.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm looking at her as experience. Yes, she's attractive, but she's experienced, and because of that, she's icky to me. She's ill. She's disgusting, and she could be good looking, nice body, and all that. But I'm looking internal. So I'm seeing her soul. Like I'm not just looking at surface level.
Mm.
I'm a different type of man. So when I'm looking at her activities, her behavior, whatever, I'm like, oh, she mad experienced. She look good. Then there's a but. And that but
Mm.
keeps me in check because the principles outweigh my desires. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So like I think real men just operate on their principles. And just wait for that.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was hearing. That's why I was quiet. Mm-hmm.
So I think real men operate on their principles. A lot of women won't meet these type of
No,
guys
I was
ever
about
in
to
their
say
life,
that.
and they won't experience them.
Yeah, that's
They'll
true.
just hear stories about them. They'll settle for
Like
the
Bigfoot.
scraps. Yeah. So vice versa. The women would be attracted to the man with experience. They would prefer good sex with an experienced man. It's less pressure on them. It's less pressure on them thinking, making decisions, knowing if you like me, knowing what you like. If you're
Mm-hmm.
experienced, that means that you're going to be able to read cues, body language, and you could probably tell. I'm not saying for people to read minds, communicate, but you could tell intuitively what I need.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Or if
saying?
you're enjoying it or something. No?
Um, I guess that's yeah during the act,
Right, right,
So I
right.
guess like
Right.
I don't think a lot of women would fathom that.
No, I thought we
But
was talking
but
about doing the act though.
but yeah, during the act, like she would probably realize that it wouldn't be something like before. This is why like the women are attracted to players, but then the irony is they bash them and they say they hate them and all this other stuff because
Mm.
like people wear two different masks, one mask for public and society, and one mask behind closed doors in bedroom. They're two different
Mm.
people. It's very rare you find people in the same aspect. I dominate in society and in the bedroom and behind closed doors and when the cameras like it's hard, So sometimes a woman is submissive in society, but she's dominant in bed. You'll never know.
Mm-hmm.
She's dominant in society. She's very submissive in bed. It's not a place she feels comfortable to do it. So, like, you could tell what type of guy she builds a relationship with now. Cause she could be dominant in there, and then she's with a dominant guy because she don't want to be some. She wants to be submissive in there, and she builds a relationship off that because that's where she's getting the most pleasure, not outside of the bedroom,
Mm-hmm.
inside. So she builds a relationship around that. Um, so for me, it's like the experience. It comes with power on both ends. So the man who's experienced grabs submissive women. The women who are dominant don't really like an experienced man, but then they fight their nature, right? They still kind of gravitate to him. But the women who are dominant don't like an experienced man because they wanna have the ego of taking control or equality. So the egalitarian relationship that they think they want, they don't really want. Um, they'll end up being exposed if the guy is consistent. You know what I'm saying? In how he is. So with the experience, it's power. I'll go back to that. So the woman got the power over the simp and the beta. The man got the power over the submissive. Because of the experience. So
Mm-hmm.
you're kind of like always looking for that person to lead in that regard. Is she gonna take initiative? She gonna, pull it out? She gonna grab my thigh? She gonna, like let me wait.
For
You know what
sure.
I'm saying? Versus the guy that's gonna take initiative, and then the woman is submissive to like with her body. Like even if she, oh, I don't think this is the right thing to do. Like she's not like stop, like pushing
Mm-hmm.
you away or whatever. Like she's submitting. You know what I'm saying? She's releasing her body. She's not fighting you. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
I'm an advocate for consent. So don't go doing that, guys. You know what I'm saying? But I'm
Right
just
back.
giving you an example of what it is. With the experience and whatnot. So I think that, like I said, most women won't experience these type of guys. They'll just read about them or whatever. Most guys won't experience these type of women. They'll just see them in like porn and stuff, unless they have direct interaction or contact with like OnlyFans and stuff like that. They trying to love the prostitute. Like, what are you doing, dude? You go to the strip club every week, but she does that, right? You pay her, and that's your time. Leave. Go back to your wife or whatever you do. You're actually trying to get to know her more, take her out, and do that's that you fucking up the game if that's
Mm-hmm.
something that you want to engage in. You know what I'm saying? Use her for that specific thing. You know what I'm saying? And then it's gone. It's a temporary pleasure thing. But so in those regards, like, there's power there.
Mm-hmm.
And they won't experience them, but these places that I mentioned, strip clubs, maybe OnlyFans, they have direct contact and stuff like that, escort facilities, um
Like clubs and stuff.
maybe clubs,
Mm-hmm.
based off what they're doing. Like the women at the bar, they're probably boring. Look at the one that's twerking, she's doing such a great job. And then that makes them want to pursue them, not just dance. Like, pursue them. Like, yo, we all came together. This dude's falling in love, bro. The song is over. Come on. Let me save you. Let's go to the bar. What's wrong with you? Knock him upside his head. What's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? You're not white. You don't wife that. The song's over. Keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes, like that type of experience that the simp and beta is witnessing, they build their love language around that, and then they think that that is the catalyst to giving her everything.
Mm.
When, like, you might have like an alpha guy, not a masculine man, but an alpha guy who still will fuck with that woman, but he knows the game.
Mm-hmm.
He
He won't
knows
get
she's a whore, and he treats her like that
accordingly. Yeah.
accordingly. Like, he uses her for that.
Mm.
Nothing more, nothing less. She don't get the intimacy emotionally. Bitch, what you doing about conversation? Nah, you know what we do.
He's like,
This is an appointment. It's a dick appointment. You know about the conversation. Why you ask me if I want to get something to eat? I thought you move like a nigga and fuck like a nigga. You getting emotional now. You want something to eat? You want to do something? You know that, right? You know you're getting emotional right now, right? You calling me every day. Why? Blowing up my phone. You know what I'm saying?
I can
So,
see you saying, "I am hungry, but I'm gonna go get some tea as soon as I leave."
so like an alpha guy might still do that, but he knows the difference.
Mm-hmm.
A beta guy
Falls
will
for the
do
trap.
it and he'll fall for the pussy. Like, he'll fall. Pause, like, whatever, like, he'll fall for it. And it's like, yo, if you're gonna operate like a caveman mentality, like, get your rock off and bounce. You don't pay her to fuck you, pay her to leave. Get in tune with the game, versus you're doing all that and then on top you're taking her out to eat. You're buying her bags. What are you doing? You're giving the whore wife treatment. This is why these whores get wifed. It's bad. It's very bad. The Sims do it. They fuck up the game.
Yeah.
They make them think that they got value. So now they go out there and these whores are ruining the game because of these guys. Going out there, have an inflated ego, talking about they got status and boss and they
Do
got
you know who I
value and
am?
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what happens with that. So yes, women would prefer experience, depending on their character.
I agree.
What's the difference between being an experienced woman and being ran through?
I think so. Being ran through, I don't think you have to have experience at all to being ran through. You could just lay there and have a train of guys run through you, and that's being ran through. I think it's also how a woman carries herself. I think an experienced woman is, let's say, someone who's been in a relationship for a long time, but she, reads up on things on how to pleasure her man better. You know what I mean? Like, let's say he likes oral sex. She's reading a book on techniques so that she could try it out on him, or a new massage or whatever. It's almost like she learns something and then she applies that to the person that she's with, and then she gains that experience with that person. It doesn't mean that I don't think an experienced woman necessarily means that she's been, dating 10 guys for, I'm saying, different guys. She's just experienced, different things with a person for a long time. It could be that. It could be, she has more than one, partner also. Then you have a little bit more experience. You get to see what another man likes as well. But I think there's a difference between experience and ran through. Like I've literally heard guys say, "Oh yeah, she don't gotta talk. Put a bag over her head. She just lay there." That's being ran through. That's what I think.
So I think that I think this is perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. Um People that been following me for a long time, that have studied me and see that I'm consistent and I do what I say, they know that I don't think that there's a difference. Like they probably guessed it. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Whether they're in the chat or didn't want to say it in the chat, but they thought it, or they didn't go with their instinct and they thought, oh well, he's gonna break down both, and they were like, damn, he just admitted it. I
I
thought
knew it.
I thought he didn't have a difference, but I went with the second one. I should have went with my instincts. No, I don't think there's a difference because I don't believe women fuck men. Dick goes inside pussy. Sorry to be vulgar, but it's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So the reality is, even if she's riding you, she's getting fucked. So I don't believe that um the more partners she's had, the more experience she's
Yeah, I
had,
don't believe
because
that
she
either.
could have been submissive in all those regards, and the sex could have been horrible. But the body count is still on you. Got the
Mm-hmm.
demons in your spirit and
That's
all that.
true.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta really, really do meticulous work to detox that, but you got to understand
Amen.
that I'm looking at it how feminine women are, and they don't move like that. Like they don't dominate in bed. Like that's a masculine thing.
Mm-hmm.
So she's a masculine woman doing that. There's a chemical imbalance with her, fucked up trauma and all that. You know what I'm saying? That's making her do that. So I don't think that there's a difference. I think that most masculine men who are traditional are looking at a woman with a high body count, and people don't ask body count. Like that was something new. Like back in the days, you could tell based off how she dressed, act, talk, move in society, if she's experienced or not. You could tell. And then you could see the other side. Oh, if she's shy, if she's soft spoken, if she respects dudes, if she waits for sex, doesn't give it up on the first night. As you're dating her, you're studying these things. So it's like, oh, we did this so quick. Oh, you're used to doing this. Oh no, I don't do this with guys. How come it was so easy? I'm gonna assume you have experience. Ill, nasty, disgusting. Mm-mm. So like the guy's just gonna look at. I'm just taking from my perspective. I don't want to say masculine men think like this or whatever. Betas, sims, alphas, different
That's kind of
categories
like a
of men.
setup, no?
What?
Or is it like a test that you would try, and then if she went with it, you'd be like, "Ew, nasty."
What?
Like if you tried something or whatever, and she did,
No,
is
no,
it?
because I believe a feminine woman, right, who doesn't have experience, it doesn't matter if she's into you or not. It doesn't matter. She's not gonna be like, you know, these are my principles. Like, let's say she's like, oh, I wait for marriage, right? She's not gonna be like, oh, yeah, well, you're special. I've never done this before. And I'm gonna do this. Let's say it's the first date. She invites me into her apartment. Oh, you know what? I really like you. Do you know what I'm saying? You're consistent, blah blah blah. Let's say it's me. I don't normally do this. Hmm. I could be a serial killer and doing a really good job. What is that guy named? Demer?
Dahmer.
Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
could really be a really good job. You don't read the news? You really that trusting?
Or that
I could
movie
be
Fresh,
really, really
remember?
good.
Yep.
Yeah, I could be really, really good. And you gonna trust that? A feminine woman is always shy. She's always on alert. So like it doesn't matter. She's not gonna like say, oh, you're special. I think sometimes that's a manipulative tactic for women. That's a trick for women to say. They're saying that to you so you don't see them as a whole. Oh, I don't normally do this.
Oh,
You're
okay.
special. She's lying.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So maybe it's a trick on both, but she's initiating that in the beginning. So I'm looking at it like uh there's no difference. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't put man in here because I don't believe in like community dick or like a man could be ran through. Because just my ideology only, I'm not saying people have to think like me. It's just how I'm looking at the physical act. Like y'all don't want a visual aid. Y'all might be disgusted. Y'all don't want a visual aid with my hands. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
But
good
the
job.
reality is just like this microphone and the XLR cord, they call it the feminine and they call it the masculine. The masculine has points. The feminine has holes. In order for you to hear me right, it gotta go, you know what I'm saying? They gotta correspond. Yin and yang. So
Well, it's called male to female, right? Or female to male or
male to
whatever.
female, yeah. So the reality is the only way a woman can fuck a man is if she has a strap on and she doing them from the back. So the reality is that's how I look at it. She's being ran through because when you're engaging in sex, the masculine is giving the feminine sex. Not the other way around. Receiving, she's giving access, but he's penetrating.
Right, but do you think that women can see that as well? If he's running through the whole neighborhood, that's gross because now he's dipping his shit in everybody's. And some girls can be skanky.
Yeah, women can see that as that, but
But no, you don't see that vision of it, like of how if women see it like that, does that make sense for them to see it like that?
let me give you an analogy.
No, I'm still saying that he's running through everybody, but the
yeah.
girls are saying that's gross because now he got everybody's juices on him.
Yeah, but then she could be thinking like egalitarian mindset. Touch this bottle. All right? Now let it go. Okay? Now I touch this bottle. All right? And I let it go. If the bottle is dirty, right? Can I wash it off? It'll be clean?
I guess so.
Okay. And if I drink it, it's going to be the same, right?
What do you mean? I think yeah.
Okay. So now I have it open. You're not going to do this, but I'm just trying to prove a point. If you were to put your index finger in here with my water,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know where your hand's been. I'm not saying anything. I'm just
No, I got you. You didn't.
And then I would put my fingers in here, and they don't know where my hand's been, right? Maybe it's gonna taste a little different, right? Could make you sick, right?
Could
So it's the kind of like the same thing with dick and pussy.
kind of, but
So even research showed there's more diseases in women. And it's like you got to understand that she being ran through, she's susceptible to getting a lot of shit, you know what I'm saying, and then passing it on. Whereas the man, it's just like, I'm not saying this is healthy. I'm just proving a point. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not telling people to fuck without condoms and fuck with people who you don't know and stuff like that, and you're not going to the clinic and checking and stuff like that. I'm not talking about that. Sex ed and sex health should be something that we need to talk about, too. You know what I'm saying? Which is paramount. But it's worse. It's worse when the women is doing it versus the man doing it, because it's just common for when men are doing it, they're not gonna get the same type of look with everybody else as the woman. They're not gonna get the same. They're not gonna be viewed the same. They're not gonna get the same type of respect, disrespect, and all that other stuff. They call him a stud. Even a reverend of a church will call him a stud. May not publicly say it, but in his mind, they call her a slut.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, some women might be like, oh, yeah, he's gross or whatever it is. But that's a double-edged sword because, like, even you're saying you're not going to want to be with a man who's not experienced. And I'm not telling
No, of course not.
I'm not telling guys to go out there and be like, you know what? You got to build your value by fucking 50 women, 100 women, da-da-da. No, because just because you fucking 50 women don't mean you're good at it. That means you would have 50 stalkers if you was really good at it.
That
You know
also,
you understand what I'm saying? You go two pump chump, and you calling that bodies. So the thing is, I'm not telling them to do that, but I'm saying that if they have a way with women, other women can see that and they naturally gravitate to them because it comes down to territorialness, it comes down to dominance, it comes down to security and all of that. Women always follow other women. So if she say he's good, he's good. Men don't follow other men. Like Divine, they don't follow other men. So if I go to the club with
but
my
there's not a
girl,
lot of those though.
hold on. If I go to the club with my girl and hey, Veronica, what's going on? Hey, Monica, da da da. Oh, this is my lady or whatever. Hey, da 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 da. And girls are pounding me up. It don't matter how she feel that way. Oh, he's embarrassing me or whatever. When she get home, she gonna get turned on because she gonna start to realize, he's kind of the shit. He's not a nerd. He's not a dork. But if it's same scenario, I bring my girl to the club, and I said this in a discipline therapy talk episode before they were visual and on Patreon. They might still be on those iTunes and stuff. I said, same scenario, if I bring my girl, but it's reverse, and she's like, hey, Roberto, hey, and they got a nickname, hey, what's good, Sushi Sue, or what's good, Bobblehead, hey, what's good, Throat Queen, hey, what's good,
That's
whatever
crazy.
they got, right, for, yo, what's up, my homeboy, whatever, and she's like, she's cool with them, whatever, he's gonna look at her like really, really weird. He's gonna feel embarrassed. He's probably not gonna view her the same way, not give her pleasure and gifts in the future, and that would be it for him. A masculine guy. We're not talking about betas, Simpsons, stuff like that. We're talking about the highest value of a man. We're talking about the highest level of masculinity, which what women really want. Dominant guys, because they're possessive and territorial by nature. So for them to see that, then, oh, so you didn't tell me you had male friends? I really don't like that. Like he's turned off, disgusted, because it's the energy now. The women, the irony is she's turned on, and the nature, it's the nature of men and women. So, I just think that that's what it is. I don't think there's a difference.
That's true. I was talking with a coworker, and we were talking about he had cheated on his wife with a woman for 3 years, and the wife found out. The wife found out because the side chick went to his house because she said that she was tired of being the side chick. So she went and she told the wife, "You don't love him like I love him because you don't appreciate him. So if you're gonna let him go after this, I'll gladly take him because you don't know what you have."
And she was just like, oh, hell no. Bitch, I put some
He
time
said,
in here.
"Hold up." He said, "I was like, so what happened?" Was she was like, "Yo, his wife did a whole complete. I bet what is it, 360? That's the whole way around or 180."
I don't even know the story.
I don't know, but he went all the way around. She did a whole turnaround, and he was like, "What's going on?" But he said that he didn't even realize that what a catch he was until the side chick told him, like, "You are so special. You don't know what you're doing." And he goes, ever since then, his wife has been on point, and she was like that she was stunned, or more like a wake up call, like a slap in the face when the chick approached her and said what she said, and she was like, "Oh, hell no."
In my culture, right, like Haitian Dominican culture, when you get to a certain age, they look at you two ways. Like I've had like Thanksgiving with like family members, right? Like aunts and stuff that have asked me stuff like this. Just assuming, yo, how many girlfriends you got? Like that Bad Bunny track, Titi Me Pergo. So like that's a real thing for me. You know what I'm saying? Other guys probably experience the same thing. But in that culture, you look at it like, okay, you're either married or you're gay. You're married, got a lot of kids or whatever, or you're gay. But if you move masculine, you have a masculine mentality, and your family members could sense that with you, and you look masculine, like you're not painting your nails, you don't got earrings, you don't got nose rings, you don't got tongue rings, you talk with bass in your voice. You know what I'm saying? Like your nuts drop. You know what I'm saying? And you move masculine and stuff like that. Like they're gonna be like, oh, he's a player. He's a player. He's not gay and he's not married. So he's a player. So how many girlfriends you got? You see what goes on in the aunt's mind? The uncle's mind, or whoever, the people
Cousins,
you ran
everybody.
you grew up with at church, whatever that you see at a reunion or whatever, wedding reception. Like they, oh, how many kids you got now? Assuming, not even asking you, are you married? They just, he's so good looking. He gotta have a bunch. So good looking, gotta have a bunch of girls because they're not looking at you as gay. So, but in our culture, you're either married or you're gay. But if you kind of look like that, like when you step into a room, it's like aura. They're gonna be like, how many girls you got? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's kind of like the same thing in regards to that, but reality is you're still gaining that respect in either regard. You're not gaining respect if you turn gay. In my culture, I'm talking about. I'm not talking about society, but in my culture, like Caribbean and Latino and shit, like they shame that. So if you married and you got wives, side chick, a couple of side chicks, couple of wives, kids, you're respected. If you don't have kids or whatever, but you have multiple women or whatever, you're respected, whether you're a player or you're a family guy. You know. So it's like the nature of what it is. I feel like even in society, even like Americans and whatever, it's the same thing. Like the men get praised, women get shamed. You know, it's sad, but this is the stamp of inequality. Whenever we talk about we want equality and gender equality and stuff, there are certain aspects that always trump that, and this is one of them. Is it a biological attraction for women to desire providers and protectors?
I think yes. It's a biological attraction. It's what we're taught for the most part. To find someone that's going to protect you and provide for you and your children.
Um, do men?
I don't think so. I don't think. I mean, also from like the conversations I've listened to, like other people talk. My conversations with you or hearing. Whoa.
Okay. But
I don't think so. Like I've heard numerous times, like a girl. You even said it. A girl could work in a fast food place. It don't matter if she's pretty and that's something that I like. Come, I'll take care of you.
if she's pretty, I'll reiterate. Um, if she's pretty, that's the initial. Once I get to know her personality, yeah, because she could be it could be a double whammy. Like you're broke and you fucking masculine. Like come on, pick a struggle.
Right.
Pick a struggle, girl. You can't be broke and masculine. But if she's broke or working there, you know what I'm saying? Maybe not even working, just going to school. But she's very submissive, humble, feminine, nice, giving, loving, appreciative, looking for, like that provider, protector, waiting for you to take the lead, open the door, whatever it is. And she's just so loving. It's like, oh, she's so nice. Well, not nice, kind. Nice is trauma. Like kind. You know what I'm saying? We'll build on your financial situation. We'll work it out. I'll do it for now until you graduate, and then we'll work on that. You know what I'm saying? Versus the one that is the provider and the protector, butch, masculine, this and that. She could be good looking too. And she's
true.
like, don't worry, you don't have to work. I'm rich. I'll just I got it. You know what I'm saying? I'll take care of it or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Let's say we were in a relationship, Sue. A woman comes here and she's like an executive. She's like, listen, I'm gonna give you and him or him $10 million, but I want one night with him.
Oh.
And because I could get sex whenever I want, but because he's a dominant, and I'm getting up there in age, and I feel like that's something that I will never experience. And I've always loved the 50 Shades of Grey and all these other erotica books and stuff like that. Men just don't do it for me today. You know what I'm saying? I'm crushing them, this and that. But I would like to know how that feels. So I'm going to offer you 10 million one night. What are you doing?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
If me and you are in a relationship,
She's asking you permission. I don't even know
I
about
would say you need to talk to him. Don't talk to me. Go talk to him. He's the one that you need to speak
But if
with.
she's saying no, like I'm coming to you for blessing and consent.
I would double down on that. It doesn't matter what my blessings and consent are. He's the person that you need to have that agreement with.
I get it, but what would you do? Yes or no? You're not escaping this.
I think
I know what most women would say.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it see,
I'm
I know
I'm
you
trying
hate,
to make a point.
I know
I'm
you
trying
hate
to
that
make
it
a
depends,
point.
but I'm not a jealous type of person. But I'm gonna tell her, hell no, lady. Get out of here.
Yeah, you will tell her hell no because you you ain't a jealous type of person, but a man like me will bring out these emotions, huh? Yeah. So check this out. That's it. Now I'm trying to make a point. Now let's say a dude came and was like, "Yo, listen," comes to me, "Yo, listen."
They made a movie about that.
They did.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you 10 million. You know what you could do with 10 million? I'm gonna give you 10 million. She's hot. I just want one night with her. I'm not even gonna say my answer. What do you think my answer is gonna be?
Bam! Punch him in the face.
I won't get that extreme.
Oh, you're gonna tell him get out, pa fuera.
I'm gonna think. I mean, who is this guy? Is he connected? Is he mafia? I might be making a mistake. Is he connected?
He's like, I wrote this book already.
I could break his nose. I could break his nose and whatever, but I mean, there could be consequences because I'm emotional and not thinking and calculating and not having emotional intelligence and emotional regulation skills. So maybe I want to do that, but I'm like, restrain.
He be writing things that come to life, man. You gotta be careful with this one.
So instead of that first one, what would I do?
You would tell him to get out.
Yeah. No. You see, so that's the difference between like feminine women and like masculine men. It comes down to the common denominator, the territorialness. So territorialness, possessiveness is a masculine trait. When you see a woman that is possessive and territorial, she's heavy in her masculine. I'm just telling you the truth.
But then aren't most women then heavy in their masculine? Because you just said most women would have reacted that way.
Most women can be jealous. They're not territorial. Like women don't claim guys.
So, okay, wait. So clear up then. If she would have told the lady, hell no, get out of here, that is territorial? Not that's jealousy and territorialness? Or do you see what I'm trying to get at? Like which one?
No, because the reality is in regards to how she's going about that. Initially, you said, "Yo, you got to talk to him."
Right.
And I forced you to make a decision. So initially, the jealousy would been like, "No, get out," or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? She wouldn't even have thinking of fighting and whatnot.
Okay.
What you said initially is how I would feel. Like I want to punch him in the face.
Ah, I got you.
How I would feel, but I'm calculating. I would think before I'm proactive, not reactive. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it wouldn't that's the difference of the territorialness and the jealousy.
But I was talking about the women that you said most women have that reaction of like, hell no, you can't have sex with my man. Is that then most women have that part of them in their masculine?
Yeah.
Okay.
But if
so
you
then
yeah, but
how do women get that if it's a masculine trait is what I'm trying to get at.
They get heavy in their masculine by doing that. You got to understand when we put the term threesome out there, it's common for you to see 2 women or 3 women, 1 guy. It's not common for you to see 1 woman, 2, 3 guys. It's common for when we see threesomes that women engage. Oh, it's my man's birthday. It's Valentine's Day. Let me give it. It's true. Common for the women to bring another because women are naturally collaborative. Women are naturally not territorial. This is the point I'm getting to. 2 guys, me and another guy, I'd be like, I would lie to her, be like, you know what, I got a scarcity mindset. All right, I'll do it to try to keep her. The moment we get in the act, nope, I changed my mind. I changed my mind.
Can't
Go,
do
go, go.
it
Can't do it. Why? Why am I getting like this?
because you're masculine
And territorial. That's the
and
point, Sue.
territorial.
Territorial. That's a masculine trait. So when we look at threesome, we think of multiple women, singular guy.
Right. My question though was, how does a woman get into that masculine trait if, let's say, she's feminine in everything else? What would make
Because
that come up more?
triggers. We have
okay.
both.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
have both.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I know we have both, but what would trigger that one to come up? If she's more, if she's in her regularness of very feminine.
The woman approaching of her.
Oh, that's the
of
trigger.
her
Got
getting
you.
of her getting jealous. In
Jealous.
regards to that. Now, when she's moving beyond and taking it to the extreme, then she's getting territorial. She's hot. She's hot in her masculine.
So how? Let's say for women that are like that, what can she do to bring it down and not take it to that level?
We're talking about in that context, like that woman approaching, or just in general.
In general, like. Obviously, if that in that context, the woman approaching, she should have say no, whatever her initial is, and then walk away.
Yeah. So in order for the woman to regulate that down,
Right.
it's just like anything that you do when you're hot.
Like take deep breaths in and walk away and stuff.
Yeah, like people meditate for reasons
Yes.
like that.
Mhm.
Maybe some people smoke
Mm-hmm.
weed or whatever. Maybe some people go for a walk. They listen to music. They, like you said, they walk away. They build emotional regulation skills.
Or like tricks to get them out of that.
Tactics and stuff like that to get them out of it.
I know people.
They left. Like I know a woman that if that was a situation, she would laugh. She would laugh. You know what I'm saying? And and in that regard, it wouldn't be a situation. Look, I'm about to beat up this bitch right now. Like, who does she think you is? Because that's the territorialness cooking it. It's not just saying go. Me, I'm looking at it like I'm gonna beat this motherfucker up right now. But the dominant is calculating. That's the territorialness wanting to come out to fight for my woman's honor and protecting and fight. To territorial. But the woman is not naturally thinking, I'm gonna beat this bitch up right now. She a feminine woman. She don't know how to fight. You understand what I'm saying? A masculine woman probably.
Mm-hmm.
But a feminine woman is not gonna be like, oh, she not even know how to punch.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll break a nail or come on, she's not thinking in that regard. Like, oh, let me pull her hair. That's probably what she would do. Feminine women, scratch her, pull her hair. That's probably like how feminine women would fight. They wouldn't be like, no, that's crazy. That's masculine. Hood ratchet type. What are some traits feminine women possess that would cause men to be attracted to them?
What are some traits feminine women would possess? I think feminine women would not speak over, let them finish speaking, and then be mindful of when they're talking, like the cues of when to jump in. And
So
not.
active listening skills.
Active listening skills. Yep.
Traits.
I
Traits
think,
we're talking about. Yeah.
I also think how nurturing and caring she is, like how you said previously, like how kind she is to people especially people that she doesn't know, or people that she does know. Who knows? What other traits? A woman that likes to look pretty, like keeps herself in good form, in good. Not too much, not overdone, not underdone, just, like a good amount of makeup and exercise and all that stuff. Someone who keeps herself together. What other is that? That's a trait, right? I think so. Like the health traits, like to be healthy. I said the
awareness,
caring,
awareness of physical appearance.
Non-combative.
Okay.
That's a big one. I know I've heard guys say that so many times. Doesn't nag. Like it tries to find a solution instead of adding on more problems. Like a woman that doesn't just start. I guess that's nagging as soon as he walks in the door. Here, hold the kid. I've been here all day, and so I guess that falls into nagging
Mhm. That's it.
traits. I think so. I mean, I'm sure there's more. These are the ones that are coming to my mind.
So the traits, turn your volumes up.
Take the notes, people.
So
Pencil.
the traits would be humbleness, along those lines, like you were saying,
Mm-hmm.
humbleness, nurturing, because that's all in the envelope of like care and submissive. So humbleness, nurturing, virtue. I thought you were gonna say that. Virtue. So she knows, like, I'm in a relationship, I'm not gonna post my booty online.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna dress with cleavage and go out and
Definitely.
and
Yep.
and bait dudes and stuff like that. Like she's aware.
Mm-hmm.
She has
She's mindful.
high level cognition, and she's virtuous, she's righteous, principles, morals.
Mm-hmm. Morals. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So I think these things would like attract men, because like I'm with this question, I'm thinking of like beyond surface level, because we,
Mm-hmm.
like, when you see attraction, you're just thinking of physical. Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the prettiest chick is gonna attract masculine men, but like I'm looking at attraction in the entirety.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So a masculine guy can see women all day, every day. He doesn't walk up to all of them because the physical is there, but I could see, look how she walks, look how she dresses. She's yelling at that guy. They're arguing outside. Oh my God, we're sitting right next to her. I'm with my submissive. She's yelling at the waitress. She's yelling at him. This and that. She don't know how to act in public. She's doing this. She's doing that. She's online. She's in comments talking crazy and all this other stuff. Like, oh, so like he's able to like see that and be like, yeah, she looked good, but because of that type of energy, I'm not
I'll pass.
attracted. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'll pass. So these are the traits I believe masculine men are attracted, that feminine women possess, that attract masculine men. Um, they know how to, like you were saying, be patient. Because for you to allow him to speak and don't cut over him is patience. That's part of like active listening skills. She has emotional regulation. So you were saying something along the lines of she's not combative,
Mm-hmm.
right? So she has emotional regulation skills. She brings peace. And a lot of, this is like redundant, right? Because we always hear this all the time. What do you bring to the table? Peace, peace. A man say, well, I want peace, peace. Everybody always says this. And it could be the same people that really, really want chaos when the
Mm-hmm.
cameras are off. They don't really want peace. They don't know what that's like. They never had that before. They desire that, but they never
Mm-hmm.
had it before. Because they're tired of the old shit. So
Excuse me.
like a woman who used to bad boys but talking about she want a good man. Yeah, what happens if the sexual intimacy sucks? Then
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna go back to the ex. That's a piece of shit. So what if he can't lead? What if he can't tell you no? What if he can't hold you accountable? Because it's gonna turn you on too, even though it's gonna make you mad at the moment.
Those are the traits of masculine men that
No, no,
women
no.
would be attracted to.
I'm still talking about the thing about her lying. Bad boy she had, but she want good men.
Oh.
Yeah. So the thing is, like, these traits are what the feminine woman possesses, that the man will be attracted to her in that regard. So it's everything that's feminine, everything that's delicate. I'm not saying that we don't have a evil side. I'm not saying that we don't have a kinky side. We don't have certain fetishes. We don't have dark sexual desires and stuff like that. There's a time and place for everything. Imagine if that's what the woman is out there. There's nothing for imagination. Like, I know she a freak and I never had sex with her. Like, I know what she do. Look how she talk crazy. Look how there's no imagination. Like, everybody could see how she is.
Hmm.
That's a turnoff. If she looks a certain way, some guys will play with her. She's not getting no rewards. What are the traits masculine men possess that would make women be attracted to them? Not even feminine women,
As women
just
in general,
women
yeah.
in general be attracted to them.
Um, I definitely think a man with morals, a man that's true to his word, a man that's consistent, um, a man that let me see, is mindful, a man that's careful, not necessarily like he knows that he can, be callous, but is not. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like also I guess that falls with mindful in everything, how you speak, how you move, how you all that stuff. A man that's kind, not like a pushover or excuse my language, a pussy, but someone who's kind. Um a decision maker. Lord, I know women love that. Please make the decisions. Um what else? Someone who's caring. I said true to their word. Yeah, consistent. Like I said, I'm sure I'm leaving a few on the table, but I guess those are the ones that are sticking out for me now.
I don't agree with all those things.
Okay.
I think a lot more women are toxic. Well, you know what? This is women. This is women. So she's in her divine. So okay, let's get into the divine. So I'm gonna say my perspective. Just because I don't agree with it, don't mean it ain't right. All right, it's your perspective. So I'm gonna say my perspective. All that caring shit all the time, the woman's gonna look at you as a pushover. And this could be a woman who's in her divine. So the divine feminine, when she's getting out of her nature, she needs that gangster. So not in that context, like a man who's like dominant, a man who's gonna lead, a man who's gonna tell her no, a man, I'll agree with you, decision maker, protector, a man who is not as emotional as she is. Because in order for him to be able to make decisions and hold me accountable and make the tough shit happen, he needs to think more logically. Um, she wants a strong man, physically, sexually, mentally. She wants a man that is consistent. There's a lot of women who won't even give a fuck if he's not a man of his word. There's women out there who will overshadow that based off the provision and protection what he's providing and stuff like that. That outweighs. Okay, I forgive him. I forgive him. He wasn't a man's word. I forgive
That's
him.
like a simp woman. Is there a simp woman?
No, no,
Is there a
no,
regular woman?
no. These are just regular women because it's common for women to forgive more than men. It's their nature.
It's true.
If I cheated, you know what I'm saying? I never cheated because I live poly and all that. But if I cheated, based off what I'm providing, she'll eventually forgive me. It doesn't matter what she's providing. She cheats, I never forgive her. I will maybe down the line I'll forgive, but I'll never forget. So because of that alone, context alone, she'll never be here. The door is closed forever. But for her, she'll forgive me.
Hmm.
Type of man I am, status, what I'm providing, protection, all that. Black maybe, masculinity, all these things that she feel like she can't get anywhere else, she'll forgive me. It might take her a bit, depending on the woman. It might take her 2 minutes. It might take her 2 hours. It might take her a day. It might take her a week. She'll forgive me, and then things will go back to normal. Um, so they need that from men, like strength in every regard. They need resiliency. They need him to have some level of um intuitiveness where he can see a situation and like be able to think fast of what is needed in the moment. You know what I'm saying? God forbid, trespasser or whatever, just to give people more context. Um, certain situations. Oh my God, I'm young, but I'm having hot flashes. It's anxiety. You're in the car, maybe pull the window down, recline the seat back. Oh my God, thank you. That helped. I didn't know what to do. That helped. Talk her through it, and like they're looking for that. because they don't have that in their own. Pretty much, they're looking for the opposite that's not in them for it to be complementary. That's what I believe. I think this is the last one.
Mm-hmm.
I believe the feminine woman must keep herself away from possible heartache and trauma as much as she can. Women handle trauma differently than men to the point where it restricts them from nurturing and caretaking. She could be on her healing journey, and then new trauma sets her back 3 steps. Men, on the other hand, are built from pressure, chaos, and trauma. It makes them strong, and women love strong men. Um, Trauma makes feminine women cold, and men don't like cold women, and they like them soft. So a woman that gets cold is mad in her ego, like she a cocky chick, and a dude could see that, like off the bat, like for example, you miss me, but you acting like and you walking like you don't. It's common for me to not say that. You know what I'm saying? Cause I'm hard. I'm hard headed. I'm stubborn. But for the woman to do that and be cold, like that's crazy to me. The woman gonna act like she not gonna chase the man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I did the work to pursue you, but you fucked up. So now you gotta chase me. What's the point of me going there? That's simp activity. You the one that fucked up. So you gotta heal, you gotta do better, and then you gotta come to me and say that you wanna follow my program. So you gotta chase me now. That's the attraction of polarity, what it is. Why a man chasing something that's running away? That's simp activity, beta. That's dumb. That's a man without a brain.
Mm.
So the woman, when she in her feminine, she gets these emotions. She realized the grass ain't green on the other side. He rare, and she chase him. That's her being feminine. Like the guy's gonna appreciate that if she's willing to change because she's showing her emotions, not being cold. All that shit is fake. She gonna go home, try to act whatever it is online and whatever. Niggas ain't shit. Da 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 da. I hate them. Don't trust them. Then she crying every night for that same dude. If you do that, keep that same energy off camera. Fuck him, da 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 da. When he call, don't answer. Put him on no answer. Change his caller ID to no answer. Block him. Do all that. So the reality is, men like soft women, soft girl error. Get back into that. Good girl error. Get back into that. When a woman is showing her emotions in regards to that she cares and she wants to nurture and all these other things. Oh, I'm sorry. I fucked up. What can I do to make this better and make this work? Instead of her being cocky and arrogant and let him figure it out. Let him chase me. And you the one that fucked up, girl. He ain't switch up.
Wait, but how did she fuck up? Because you're not like, there's no backstory. Like, I'm wondering why.
I'm giving. Okay, so trauma will cause women to be cold. So women that are not healed from trauma, when they get in a relationship, they're going to eventually.
They're going to get
cold. Fuck up.
Oh, fuck up.
Yeah. And if the relationship is over because he's walking away,
right.
This is what I mean.
Right.
She's hurting or whatever, and she really probably loves that guy, whatever. Let's say it's time they invested. Not we just started dating for a week.
Right. Got you.
Like maybe 3 months, maybe 6 months, maybe a year. Right? Why is she acting like yo, girl, hit him up? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm not saying it's masculine or whatever. Hit him up. What's the point of you just sulking and doing it and trying to be hard and I'll find better than him? You know you're not. As you're gonna get older, and in this era, and if you live in America, it's gonna get worse for you. So you know you're not. So the reality is you doing one or two things that's gonna make the man look at you different. Hit him up and be honest and tell him your true feelings. Or don't take the time off and away from other guys and actually heal for that guy. Don't say, well, I'm going to heal to get into the dating market now. If you think it's him, heal and then go back to him. That's the advice I would say. And if you do that, I'm telling you, keeping contact, whatever, because it could be hard too, because maybe he moves or maybe he gets married and you like monogamy and you don't like poly and he has kids now. Maybe
That's true.
maybe you waited too long. But if she kind of keeps some type of contact with him and is not cold and will show her emotions, she might get it. I'm not talking about me. I want people to think, oh yeah, well, let me take notes. No, the another guy. Maybe you'll start to get him to be warm again to you, because now he's cold.
Mm-hmm.
He's cold because you wasn't. So he giving you the same energy you giving him. You don't know the power of submission. So when you in your soft girl era, you get him to be soft. You get him to be kind. Maybe the video game guy. I don't play video games, but maybe the video game guy. Oh, daddy, soft tone. I said this already. Oh, can you please open this jar, or can you please take out the garbage? Pause. Take the earphones off. I don't know what these guys do. Back in my time, you didn't have all these earphones, but now I see videos with the guys got the earphones, so they take the headphones off and put the controller down. Yeah, baby, I got you right now. Or yeah, I'll take out the garbage. Versus, yo, nigga, you be staying on that shit all day. Blah, blah, blah. How much times I gotta tell you to take out the garbage? And I need this jar open. You know you stronger than me. I'm a girl. Yeah. I'll be right there. Fucking bitch. Like, no, I'm never getting off this shit until she talk to me better.
We had a couple that came on like that.
Yeah, the power of submission, that's part of it too. You get the man to move.
In the beginning of this bullet, it says, you believe a feminine woman must keep herself away from possible heartache and trauma as much as she can. How do you think that they should do that? Like, because a lot of times people do, I mean, I guess you can see some people. We've even said people miss the red flags. So how would they? Oh, we're gonna get into it, and then
we're gonna get into it, and then we're gonna do our final thoughts. So check this out. Season 19 is gonna be very potent. So the feminine woman by nature, delicate, soft, before all these traumas occur. Yeah, you shaking because it's getting real.
The ancestors is talking to me.
The women are not neurotic. That's trauma that makes them like that. They're not naturally like that because they're sheltered. They're crazy and all these things and
like fly off the handle.
Okay. And nervous system is always up. No,
I feel like that's a lot of
always
nowadays.
assuming preconceived notions. No, the feminine woman is naturally gullible because she's sheltered. She wasn't exposed to these things. It starts to when she becomes exposed to these things that she builds guards. So the thing is, in order for the woman to retain her femininity, she needs to stay away from things that's going to build trauma. Stop watching fights on Instagram. Stop watching kids getting killed. Stop watching bombings. Stop watching this. Don't be around feminists. Don't date dudes that are gonna put you at risk. All of these things.
That's what I'm saying. But how? Those are the things.
So
you're get the
avoiding them. That's the common denominator. They're out there, but you're avoiding them. That's what's keeping, because a woman is naturally an empath. She's a naturally empath. What does that mean? That means you feel things more intensely. Your energy is sensitive. So if your energy is sensitive and you're aware of that, a lot of people are not aware of it. Then you move different. What did I say in an episode about the feminist females and males? Yeah, they trigger me. What do I do to
avoid them?
Exactly. Thank you for finishing.
But I thought you were asking me.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I avoid them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So the way you always gonna have triggers. This is part of the healing journey.
But you're also aware of yourself. Like there are some people that are not aware of themselves. How
do this is
that?
One of the platforms
that they should listen exactly
to help them do that. So there's a lot of people who are actually dumb too. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it real. I'm not gonna use no Harvard educated words to describe this. They're dumb. They're not spiritually woken because they're arrogant, thinking, well, I can control this. We're spirits in flesh. The spirit is more sensitive and potent than the flesh. So I'm gonna give you another example of context. The woman posting her body And it ain't just me being territorial. You're putting yourself at risk. Her being dumb and arrogant and ignorant thinks, yo, I could control these niggas. They in my DMs, I could control them. I could block them. I could do this. I could do that. She's still putting herself at risk. You see that? You see now it comes with the energy and the spirit. What is it doing? It's giving you trauma because you're around a lot of masculine energy now, and you're bringing all that. A dude that's pulling out his private part in the DM because you're not dressing right on the thing is now trauma for that woman. It's the little things that people don't think about. They just look at surface level. Little things that you do that turn big.
It's true.
But the reality is people got to go back to their DNA and realize that. So me, I could be saying, oh, I'm a dominant guy. I exercise control and all things. But if I don't train my spirit, it's not going to be strong. I'm susceptible to anything. The OnlyFans chick offering sex and then now I simp to that. She gets me on my knees and I do things I never did before that goes against my principles because my spirit is weak. You know what I'm saying? But I train my spirit to fight that. So I'm psychologically immune to the bullshit going on there. There's a spiritual warfare going on. People don't realize because they're not in tune with their spiritual energy. They're not getting in tune with that. They're just working on their physical. They're working all day. They don't got time. They're Speedy Gonzalez all day long, every day. They don't got time to relax and think. And when they're on vacation, they can't even fathom that. That's the best time for you to think because now everything's slowed down. Nope. Not most of them. So I think that, we need to go back to our DNA and learn knowledge of self. And when we can do that, we won't be certain things. And also, I think if the feminine woman has a good leader, that can help her too. Father, it's like cut these simp dads out. Simp dads are a part of the problem too in society. More dominant fathers, protective fathers, not dudes that's gonna molest. You know what I'm saying? Put you at risk because that's building trauma too. Uncles, protective uncles, educators. Educating dads, educating uncles, educating brothers, protective older male cousins. When you go out there in society and now you find your potential counterpart, them as well gotta mesh with all that. Well, damn, I won't date him because I didn't see that growing up with my brothers, with my uncle, with my grandfather, with my daddy. I'm staying away. I'm getting the guy that coincides with all, because eventually all those people are gonna meet them, right? If they're still alive. She's eventually gonna meet them with the family. So they'll be able to see if they different. And then she'll get a talk to. So I think that the woman just needs to be aware. She needs to vet, and then she needs to associate herself around female friends. She needs to associate herself around a masculine boyfriend or husband, fathers or whatever. If she didn't have, maybe because you don't choose who gets to be your blood.
Yeah.
But now with the education, now you have choice. So now you could go out there and be like, I want somebody who's different from my father. My father was an abuser, verbal, physical. He molested me. Whatever happened, uncle. I want the opposite of that. Oftentimes, women find the same subconsciously. It ain't their fault. It's what they saw, what they used to. So you just go to what you're more comfortable with because of what you used to. So you feel like you're more comfortable with because your brain is what you're used to, which is false. You gravitate to what your brain is familiar with, and you think that's the most comfortable. It's not. So you got to unlearn. Get out the matrix. Unlearn to relearn. The only way you can relearn is unlearning. This is part of the things that I do as a coach, spiritual coach, dating coach. I coach couples. I coach young men, young women. My lifestyle as a dominant. This is what I do. This is what I do with my family members. Even my older sister I teach. My mom, my dad, my cousins, my nieces, nephews. This is what I do. So when you find guys like this, these are guys that are healthy and prominent for society. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what's gonna help you heal too. You're already on a healing journey. You have those people contributing to it. So if you got a man that's coming in and maybe he's not a dominant because he don't know what that is. He's not living a BDSM lifestyle. He don't know what that is, but he acts like it, and he just doesn't know. And he's telling you all these things. The woman, sit back, relax. Don't start thinking at surface level. He hates me. He's insecure. He's jealous. Maybe he cares about you because discipline is synonymous with that. Maybe he's trying to help you navigate out there into the world. When he tells a young feminine woman, yeah, cut off the male friends. Cut them off because I was their age and I know what they think and what they want. And if they're not how my mindset is right now, then you got to cut them off because there's ulterior motives there. It ain't real. It's fake. And eventually you're going to see that and then trauma will build. So cut him off now. It's also not healthy. When you meet a guy and he sees that and he could be the potential that you really want and your man of your dreams, that thing alone of male friends could turn him off. And he don't know how to communicate. He just ghosts. So do that shit now. You know what I'm saying? Get in your feminine. Start embodying these things. I can't teach you how to be a woman. You know what I'm saying? I could teach a man how to be a man. But you're gonna have to learn that from a wife who's going to be your mother. You're going to have to learn that from the right people, women that you're choosing in society. If they're kind of saying the same shit I am, but in a feminine way, that's what you need to follow. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, too, these women are saying all the right stuff, but they ain't practicing what they preaching. The influencers, they're as worse as the male influencers.
That's true.
They're not practicing what they preach. It's easy to say it in the camera.
That's true.
Yeah, and you're doing something totally different behind closed doors.
Mm.
You know, so I think, you know, these type of women, they need to get out of their fucking head. They need to, like, put their ego aside. They need to stop being cocky, stop being dumb, stop being ignorant. And like I've always said, a woman that's in her feminine is smart. And a woman that submits to a masculine man that has God in them is smart. It's like I go back to the analogy of the lion in the jungle. I benched 300. So now I built a sense of ego. I don't think there's somebody bigger than me. I don't think there's somebody. So I go into the jungle thinking we equal. But he's built for that place. I ain't. So the best thing to do is get on his team. I'm going to metaphorically get on his back. Maybe literally. Because I'm not going to be able to navigate through the hyenas. They'll rip me to shreds. The zebras and all that. Dude, what are we eating out here now? I can't have healthy shit. Where am I going to get a salad and grilled chicken and avocado and stuff? Where am I going to get all that? I got to adapt to this? Oh, there's how you do it? They got to stop. They got to like be, that's part of being humble. Like you not a master at this. So be humble with it. But what happens is the position of power that they're in society too, not just workforce, and the money that they make, and then the amount of attention they get online or whatever, all that builds a sense of ego, and that's what makes them dumb. That's what makes them ignorant. That's what makes them forget we are men and women. That if we take all this shit away, it's gone. And I'm not picking on the women. It's just that they do it more than males because they're running away from tradition due to feminism and people. That's reinforcing it. Guys are trying their best to be traditional. They're coming back. If they left, they're coming back. They're trying to connect, but they can't connect because these chicks are like this. So in order for them to connect, they need to get into their feminine because the men are trying to get into their masculine again. But masculine and masculine don't work because it's polarity. It's like this. It's like this. You know what I'm saying? You need a negative and a positive. You know what I'm saying? Then it's going to be like this, like the pieces to the puzzle, yin and yang. But the masculine is going to come together and it's boom, repel. Again, repel. Again, repel. I said this in season 1, episode 1. You know what I'm saying? So They need education. We talk about education and circumstance all the time, the verses. They need education. Fuck the circumstance. That's in the past. Don't let your past determine your future. Change. Now, if you still doing shit from the past, I don't have no love for you. Hold them accountable to the highest level. She ain't changed. She pretended. He ain't changed. He pretended because he reverted back to that. But when you're really like close to being healed or healed, you get triggered and then you don't go back to that. Even in a relationship, the woman trying to make you understand her view, toxic. Why? That's a defense mechanism. That's a defense mode. You're in defense mode. That's trauma. That if you love and respect that man and he's saying what you did is wrong, yeah, daddy, I'll be better. That's it. Making them trying to understand is manipulation. I'm talking to all the ladies.
But that wouldn't be communication?
Young, old, all that. Making them trying to understand why you did what you did, which was wrong, is manipulation.
You don't.
It is manipulation. So the reality is, if you trust, I'll reiterate, that man and you respect him, what he says is law. It's law. Like if the geese just came out to the street right now, that shit law. You hit one, freeze.
You're in trouble.
That's what it is. Metaphorically, freeze. That's law. So his word is the same. That's how a man seeing, yo, she trusts and respect me. The woman that's doing that is being combative. You know how she's doing it, Sue?
Mm-mm.
I'll tell you. She's doing it in a passive-aggressive way. The combativeness is rah, 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 da, 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 da. The passive-aggressive is, well, you know, it's like this, and but I want you to understand. No, that's irrelevant. Why are you trying to talk to me like I'm kindergarten? I'm smart. Like, I know.
Kindergarten.
I know. Like, why are you trying to make me understand your error? You made an error. So what you gonna do now? Shut up. Say, I'm gonna be better. And how can we move to, change this or whatever? Don't you see that the most successful relationship is when the woman is submissive? She's like kind of chasing him. And I don't mean that literally. I mean that like metaphorically, figuratively. Like she's chasing him. She's still trying to gain his interest, chasing him. What can I do? What can I do to be better? I'm checking in. Da 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 da. She's chasing him. I want to please you. How can I please you today? Chasing him. And what is he doing? Chasing things to make it better for them. The bag, championships, whatever. That's a successful relationship because his way of loving is provision and protection. If I don't chase this, I can't show my love language. So I did the work to pursue you. That's kind of over. At this point, I'm chasing this to make sure we good. Your job is to now chase me. Your job is to get me interested. Because if you get to the point where you realize that I'm rare, you're the one that's going to be fucked up in the end if I walk away. So the woman got to be smart. Like I said, I'm not picking on them. You know what I'm saying? It's just she got to be smart. The only thing I would say for the guys is to keep building. And if you ain't there, get there. So build your masculinity. Build something, a foundation. Don't bring a woman into something if you don't have a program already. Get your shit right. Be a man of your word. Build these principles because when she comes in toxic and does certain things, you can hold her accountable because the discipline that you live by, you don't break those shits for anybody. Scarface, Tony Montana, Al Pacino said to Sosa, Tony, I want to tell you something. Don't ever fuck me. You're going to end up like that. Sosa, he got gangster with him. The only thing I have in this world is my word and my balls, and I don't break them for nobody. You know what I'm saying? So men should build themselves in that regard, and women will see it, and then they submit. Everybody got to do work. But if you got a guy that's self-improving, and then he gets with a woman who's not, most likely two things that's going to happen. If he's interested and he got God in him, he going to show her a little patience and compassion and be like, yo, I'll educate. The moment he sees that she's not learning and seeing what I'm teaching and taking a value, he's gonna walk away because it's more than the walking away speaks more It speaks volume more than what he's actually not saying. And I'm going to help people. Him walking away is saying she doesn't respect me. She doesn't trust me. I've put my time, my energy, maybe my money, my mind, and all this shit, and she's still the same. Like, what's the point? Like, at this point, my energy's being drained. Let me go somewhere where that shit will be overflow.
Appreciated.
You know what I'm saying? Like a plant that needs sunlight and water. We pour into each other. Not, okay, my glass is like half full, not half empty. And she just like taking. So now I'm trying to get it full. She keeps taking. So what's she doing though? Like, I gotta be there for her all the time. I gotta do this. Like, she's just taking. What does she give? Her body? What does she give? Good head? What does she give? Good pussy? What does she give me? Cooking once in a while? What is she giving me? Because she's like, all those things I could get from everybody. Well, no,
It's
not
true.
everybody, because I'm heterosexual. Every woman.
I mean, if you really wanted to.
You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, we gotta go get back into our nature. That's what I would urge people. Those are my final thoughts.
Those are good final thoughts. And I have the same final thoughts. No. Biological attraction men have for feminine women and the traits that energy is associated with, and biological attraction for masculine men and dominant traits. So do you agree? I think based on the title of the topic, I agree with what you're saying, where people have to get into their normal. I forgot the word you said, but I'll tune in with frequency, like what your baseline is, I guess. And but even though a lot of people might not know what that is because of the trauma and all that stuff, like, Mr. Discipline said, definitely work on yourself, find yourself. If you are on that healing journey and something triggers you, do what it is. If you're on that healing journey, that means you kind of have some techniques to, like how we talked about with that scenario. You have some techniques that will, bring you back or center you, ground you, and kind of bring you back to where you've worked hard to get back. So continue to do that. Continue to be mindful of your actions, your words, your pretty much everything about you, and hopefully you'll get back into that and you'll find the person that you're supposed to be.
Last thing before we cut, 85% of people are followers, 10% of people are leaders, and 5% of people are creators. So one thing I'm going to say to end this off is we don't need more successful people, especially giving evil people money. We don't need it. You see shit that's going on in Gaza, Palestinians, Haiti, DR. Like, there's more shit going on. It's just not publicized. You got to look for it. We don't need to give evil people more money. We don't need more successful people. We need more peacemakers. We need more healers. We need more spiritual teachers. We need more gurus. We need more divine leaders. We need more education on masculine and feminine energy. That's what we need in this world, because, like, what's going on in this world, not just America, there's mechanisms that's being manufactured to keep people enslaved mentally, toxicity, and unhealed.
Mm-hmm.
And it comes down to the ones that let God in, the ancestors, whatever you believe in, to actually, no, I'm not following that. I'm not going right. I'm going left. It takes that. There's special people that don't even get the education. They have the divine assistance prior. It's intrinsic for them. And then they see it. Then they see the education. I was always doing this. I didn't know why I was, but I see because they were special. They were touched when they were younger by the higher powers. So whenever they tried to get off track, the higher power was like, "Let me physically bring you here." And then they were like, "Oh shit! Did the wind just do that?" Where their mindset would go over there, the ancestor was like, "Let me kick you in the head," and you get like a spark. You let me punch you in the stomach. You get that gut feeling. They're not physically doing all those things. Maybe they are ghosts, and who knows? But we all have a certain guardian angel. But if you're not trying to mold your spirit to the highest level of divinity, your conscious leaves. Your guardian angel goes back to the boss and like, can I be assigned to somebody else? Like I'm really tired of them. They're making me do more work than I need to. Like, can I? This is part of your punishment. This is part of your punishment, guardian angel. You gotta teach them. You gotta teach them what you did. Learn from your mistake. Da-da-da. So that's what ends up happening. All right. They're in and out. They're not there 100% present. They can't be. The foods you eating, the things you're ingesting visually and all that. God can't be present. You got to understand, you got to always put that. I'm not telling people to be religious, but you always got to put that in your mind. What would God do? What would Jesus do? Or what would my ancestors do? How should I really be? How is this affecting me? Like, watch what you're doing. Some people are so stupid. They think that they could absorb all these things and then operate well in their marriage, relationship, with their kids, and don't. And sometimes it takes somebody to actually tell them, yo, you're slacking. For them to realize, why are you slacking? Then they see what you're doing and you're like, you need to change your behavior. Going to the club every week, drinking shit-faced drunk. You're waking up mad late the next day. Why? Hangover. You know what you could have been doing with all that time? Who sleeps all day? Who does that, even on their day off? Why are you doing that? You don't have any goals? You know what I mean? Aspirations? That's your life? That's why you were here? That's why you were born on earth, to just do that? That's somebody holding them accountable, and that's love. That might not come from your blood. You know what I'm saying? If you got friends in your circle that's not doing that, then you need new friends. Because you should want to be in that circle where it's like, yo, we all being better. Like, why would I get with dudes who just want to do street shit? I got a lot to lose. It don't matter if I did that back in the day. I'm different. Why would I get back there? Or something happens that triggers me to be like, well, damn, let me get back into this and get the fast money. No, my integrity won't let me do that no more. So now I'm going to build again. I'm going to go and build again and do it. Because that's what a man does. Not take the short route. So I'm not gonna involve with these dudes. The jealous nigga is the worst. He comes in a form of love, all that fakeness, but he's really trying to screw you. He really don't like you, but he just can't be man enough to do it. He's waiting for the right opportunity. I can't associate myself around them. I gotta be smart. I'm not gonna say, well, let me help all the street dudes, cause ain't all the street dudes really care. They cold too. They're caring about the score. They'll sell their own grandmother. They don't got integrity. Even if you're trying to give them the education. So certain people, you got to know who not to be around. Gotta be smart as a dude. The women, you got to be smart. You got that one girl that you telling not to do that whole shit. She's doing that whole shit all the time. And you seeing it fucking her up. Why do you continue to be friends there? She needs to see you walk away so she can realize what it is. Sometimes walking away will change people. Because when you're just there, they end up taking you for granted. Human nature. Oh, they ain't never gonna leave. Went through all this shit. They still here. When you take things away that you was giving them, a dominant to a submissive, a husband to a wife, a dad to a daughter. When you take pleasure away, when you take things away, yeah. Sometimes that makes them, oh man. Because in the meantime, they're like, I could do without it. Then they're like, shit, I didn't realize how much I needed this. And that
It's
can
true.
make them change. That's holding them accountable too. So we just need to build ourselves in different fashion. I'm not telling everybody to be a leader. Not everybody could be a leader. Sometimes your purpose is being a supporter, a helpmate, like a submissive woman or something like that, or a wife. You know, maybe her role is a leader. She's the oldest daughter. Maybe that was her purpose. Who knows? Like we gotta find our shit. You know, I've always said it in the past, if you're operating well there and you think that's your purpose, then it was meant for you. It's God. If you're saying that's my purpose because you're following everybody and you're just not doing well in that, and it's not happening well for you, you're not getting success, it's because it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Like people need to recognize it's because it's not for you. You're trying to go with the good guys. It's just you're not present there. It's not for you. Go back to the bad boys. Maybe he needs a little bit more like compassion. You want the bad boy, but maybe now you want the compassionate bad boy, a little bit more patient, because the ones in the past were more toxic. So switch it up. But that's what you are more present with. Like that shit ain't for you. You know what I'm saying? Eventually you're gonna cheat there. Like you're trying to do the right thing, but eventually you're gonna cheat there. So that's what I would say. I think more people are leaning towards healing, but it just needs to be consistent. Like people like us can't go away for too long.
It's true.
You know, it needs to be consistent. That's what's gonna help people also stay on the path because the inconsistency gets them right back into it. Yo, what are you eating? That's a burger?
God, you
What
scared the
what,
poops out of
what
me.
did I tell you? What did I
Jesus.
tell you? It ain't cheat day. All right, all right. I thought you wasn't right. But if you're not around anymore, all they're eating is McDonald's every day. Stop going to the gym, doing this, stop taking care of themselves. So it comes down to that too, and what you're associating yourself around. So you doing the work and then you engaging in things and allowing certain people in your circle that coincide with that work as well. If it's healing or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Because everything else is gonna get you off that main thing that you're trying to do. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, you are tuned in to one of the most raw, uncut, unapologetic, real, no holds barred, educated, conversation stimulating. After dark, the Disciplinary Podcast.
Peace.
Peace.